world moves fast. Your workday? Even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
Hey there, it's Kim and welcome to the audio version of my daily tech newsletter, The Current, read by nearly 1 million people every single day. Now let's get into today's newsletter for Thursday, February 5th, 2026. Before we dive into today's stories, I've got a tech trivia question that'll make your stomach drop just thinking about it. Picture this. You're working at Pixar during Toy Story 2 production. Someone runs a rogue command and poof, 90% of the entire movie just vanishes. Gone. 2 years of character models, scenes, animations, deleted in a split second. What a disaster. We're talking a $100 million disaster with a release date that wasn't going to budge. They checked the backup system. Corrupted. Useless. So here's your question. How did they save the movie? Was it A, Steve Jobs himself reversed the command, B, they started over and the entire team animated 80 hours a week, C, they found a dusty backup tape labeled miscellaneous under someone's desk, or D, an employee on maternity leave had a copy on her home computer? I'll give you the answer at the end of this podcast, and trust me, it's worth the wait. All right, let's dive into today's big story. And if you've ever clicked buy on a digital movie, game, or TV show, you need to hear this. So here's a fun question. How many movies do you have in your Apple TV library? Your Amazon Prime library? Maybe you've got 100 films sitting there. You've spent thousands of dollars, maybe more. But here's the question. Do you actually own any of them? The answer is no, and people are finding out the hard way. Sony recently told PlayStation customers they were deleting over 1,300 Discovery shows from their libraries, including ones people had paid for. They walked it back after the backlash, but here's the thing. They could do it. And other companies have already done it without the walkback. Ubisoft killed an entire video game and disabled the download button. So even if you'd already paid for it, you couldn't reinstall it. Movies people bought on Apple TV, gone. Amazon Prime, vanished. No refund, no warning. Now, there's actually some good news on this front. California just passed a law that's changing how digital stores have to label things. And because big tech didn't want to run two different systems, it's affecting everyone nationwide, even if you don't live in California. But here's what you really need to know. There are 3 ways to actually own your digital content. And I break down all 3 in today's newsletter, including one option that's completely free and legal using nothing but your library card. I've also got the shocking fine print from Apple, Amazon, and Steam that proves they've been trapping you this whole time. You're going to want to screenshot some of this stuff. Head to your inbox and open The Current to get the full breakdown on how to protect what you've paid for. All right, now let me hit you with some quick tech stories you need to know about. First, scam alert. Hackers are buying Google ads that look like legitimate Mac help articles. When you click, they tell you to paste a command into Terminal. That command, it hands over remote access to your entire computer. And Windows users, you're next. Check today's newsletter for exactly what to watch out for. Next, space cameras. NASA just built a 288 megapixel camera for space. Your iPhone has 48. This beast is launching as early as this fall and will photograph 1 billion galaxies. The full details are wild. And how about some iPhone drama? Apple's latest iOS update is causing apps to crash, batteries to drain like crazy, and connections to go haywire for some users. If you want my prediction on when the fix is coming, head to your inbox to find out. And here's my favorite story of the day. Tom Brady got exposed by his teenage son for sending motivational Instagram DMs like every conversation is a halftime speech. The kid just wants goofy videos, and Brady's firing back with life lessons. Such a dad thing to do. There's so much more packed into today's newsletter. I've got a story about AI-generated conjoined twin influencers with 290,000 Instagram followers who aren't real people, and they're fooling everyone. You've got to see the photos to believe it. Plus, I've got my deals of the day, which you are going to want to check out, including a VHS to digital converter that's 23% off if you've got old home movies collecting dust and a TV wall mount that installs without drilling holes in your wall. You can also find my 3-second tech genius tip of the day, like this one. Did you know that there's a keyboard shortcut that'll save you from scrolling through 47 pages of terms and conditions when you are just trying to find the return policy? Yep, there is. I use it every single day. You can find it in the newsletter under the device advice section. Oh, and don't forget about my February cash grab. Every single day, one lucky reader will win a $250 Amazon gift card. Look for that big red claim button at the top of today's email. If you see it, then congratulations, you won. But if you don't see it, well, don't fret, because tomorrow could be your day. But you've got to open the newsletter to find out. And if you aren't subscribed yet, don't worry, it's easy. Just head to getkim.com and sign up for The Current. That's getkim.com. It's free, it's daily, and it's the tech news you actually need to know. All right, drum roll, please. How did Pixar save Toy Story 2 after that catastrophic delete? The answer is D. An employee on maternity leave had a copy on her home computer. Technical director Galen Sussman had been working remotely and happened to have her own version of the entire film on her personal computer at home. When the studio realized their servers had casually erased 90% of the movie and their backup system was corrupted, Galen's computer became more valuable than gold. They hustled it back to Pixar HQ, and I mean hustled. They strapped it into a car seat, wrapped it in blankets, and treated it more cautiously than a newborn baby on a bumpy road trip. One pothole could have cost them $100 million. Otherwise, it would have been a total buzzkill. All right, folks, that's it for today's audio edition of The Current. Now go check your inbox, grab those deals, learn how to actually own your digital stuff, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already for your chance at that $250 Amazon gift card, and check out that wild What the Tech story about the fake AI twins that are fooling hundreds of thousands of people. Remember, stay safe and tech ahead, and I'll see you next time. Hey, let me know what you think about these podcasts. There's a special address, podcasts@komando.com. That's podcast with an S, of course, PODCASTS @komando.com. Oh, by the way, a couple of people read those notes, so make sure that you're always kind of nice. Again, podcasts@komando.com. Let me hear from you.